to another episode of Pitch
Pitch
Practice,
Practice, the
the
show.
show. We're doing another primetime edition here, Brandon. I think,
And
I think,
and why? Tell them why we're doing it though, Mark.
I think prime time is a popular time for us. I think we're in a different rating slot now.
Oh,
We're in a different rating slot now. I don't know. Maybe pitch practice is now a evening spot. You know how you get moved into a time slot that gets you better ratings. We get pretty
yeah.
good ratings this time of evening.
Okay. All right. I'll take your word for it.
You didn't notice that? What's up, everybody? Hashtag heart. What's up? Thanks for hopping on live right now. Great to see you. All right, I'm sorry. Hashtag heart. What's up?
There
You
you
hear
go.
that?
You put it on your phone. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, I just need to change my settings. It's always, oh, that's cool. I never knew that. When you see that? How it gives that little live
Yeah.
signal right
Well,
there.
live there. Yeah.
Cool. Hashtag, give us some hashtag live if you're watching out there on the live. Hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay. Brandon, kick
What's up?
today's episode off. We got some news, don't we, Brandon? We got some news, right?
We've got a lot of news. A lot of stuff's happened in the last 2 weeks of the year. I don't think we talked too much about what was actually going on because I was in the middle of the thick of it, so to speak. It was end of October, maybe end of October, beginning of November. Picked up a health and wellness coach as a client, and really enjoying working with her and building this baby from scratch. I'll be honest, she's done all the legwork when it came to getting that flywheel spun up. But I came in and fixed her funnel. It was an ugly funnel. Got the processes in place, put the remarketing in place with the email workflows and all that kind of stuff. With 2.0, hasn't been the smoothest, but we're getting it to work. And the last 2 weeks, actually December 12th, soft launch for her group accountability coaching program. And then that following week was the 19th was the hard launch for it. And we had a goal of 200. We hit 40.
Okay.
We hit 40. So what's that? 20% of people.
So the goal was 200 sales, 200 purchases,
Yep.
200 signups.
Yep. The goal was 200 purchases. We hit 40. So that's 20%. Not bad for a first launch. That was pretty cold. And only really 3 months into her deal on how she lost 85 pounds in roughly 10 months, right? So we're just rolling with the momentum from there. So I considered it a successful launch. She didn't know how many she was planning on getting. A lot of people were reaching out and saying that they wanted help. They wanted more than what she was actually given. We gave them what they wanted. So we got a group accountability program going for the next 60 days.
Awesome.
For this class. And then the next one rolls in March. And then pretty much every 2 months after that is a new class. So we're kind of doing it one funnel away style to where, there's a new class happening during a set period of time. And you only have roughly 2 weeks to sign up to do it, for that scarcity deal. And only allowing 200 people in at a time to keep the group kind of intimate. And that way everybody can really learn more about being healthy and well and having that support group there. Anything bigger than that just kind of gets diluted,
Awesome. Amazing results. Couple of things that I think I just want to make sure that we touch on because, of course, we're doing pitch practice. So we are studying. We're still on this book right here. 10X is easier. we're getting into the second half of the book, and the second half of the book is application. So we're going to
Right.
get to some of that really good today. Last we left off was 2023. We want to wish everyone out there watching a very happy new year. We want to wish you the most prosperous new year that you could have for yourself, whatever that means for you. We had a winner of our pitch practice prize package. And
Oh, did we?
yes, and they are getting that prize package of there was 4 books. It was right. It was Create Don't Capture. They're getting a copy of the 10X book. There was Giver book by
Yep.
Tim Shields, and then what was the 4th book? Create Don't Capture.
The challenge book.
Challenge Secrets. That's it. Challenge Secrets by Pedro Adal. And the winner and number 1 champion of the she was able to answer the question. And the question was, name 2 books that we have read on pitch practice throughout the year 2023. She named 2 books, The Ultimate Sales Machine and 100 Million Offers. You remember that book, Brandon?
Yeah, that was a good one. That's a good one. I'm reading it
Yeah.
again.
What did you say?
I said I'm reading it again.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm putting together this amazing just deep dive study into what I'm calling the $100 million man, Alex Hormozy. Yeah, and I've been getting into it as well. I think he's still very good. I love him. But yeah, the winner and still champion of the pitch practice prize package is none other than Sharon Jones.
I got a funny story with Miss Sharon Jones.
Oh, what'd you say?
I said I got a funny story with Miss Sharon Jones. Happened last night.
Yeah, we started talking about it a little bit, but I didn't get as much details as you did. But okay, we can throw a shout out for Sharon Jones, right? Because she has this new thing in 2024 that she has the hashtag, right? Going global.
Yeah, that's it. Going global. Yeah, her and I discussed it. Very interesting program, and helping people find and get international clients. Very interesting take on it, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this kind of goes. But Sharon and I have been speaking about it, and she actually sent me like a follow-up message about it last night, and I'm like, between the hours of, was it 7 and 10 to 11, I'm like solely focused on building funnels, right? And programs, things like that. I'm talking with the client back and forth, and had the last chat with the client, didn't think about it, and she ended up sending me a message. I looked at it. I was like, all right, I'll get back to it here in a minute. Forgot about it. Knee deep in the deal. Shoot a message on Facebook. Didn't realize her deal was at the top. And I was like, hey, buy this real quick and make sure it goes to this landing page and let me know the emails that you get. She's like, okay, give me a minute. She buys it. And I was like, great. How many emails did you get? She said 4. And I was like, what? No way. Shouldn't be 4 emails. Should only be like 2 or 3. It's like, yeah, here's a screenshot. It's like, here's a screenshot. And I looked at the screenshot, and here again, it's 10:30 at night, right? And I see the screenshot of the emails, and I see 1:36 p.m. I'm like, wait a minute. Well, that's not right. That's not what time zone are you in right now?
He's on the other side of the world.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're not. Who is this? And then I look at it, and I don't know. All the color went out of my face. It's like, oh my goodness. I just made this lady buy something and test this funnel out. And she did it. It worked, which was great and fantastic. But just one of those things where, like, you're just in the moment, and it's a happy little accident for what it is. But she was super cool about it. And what she bought was useful. It was a meal plan. So, it is what it is. But yeah, lesson learned there is pay attention to who you're messaging.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, cool. So, hey, if you're out there watching, like I said, hashtag live if you're watching on the live, hashtag replay if you're watching on the replay, because we know, especially for those that are overseas right now, right? You were watching us on the replay. Remember our last episode? We had some like the comments were blowing up over on YouTube, right?
Yeah, they were. We had one very, very excited fan commenting on our videos on all the key points, which we appreciate greatly because it definitely helps the algorithm there.
Absolutely. There is an important announcement we need to make as well. And it is concerning our partner.
Yeah. Yeah. We got some sad news. Miss Laura will not be joining us moving forward. I don't know for how long. Don't know if it's indefinite or not. But she's taking care of her own business in 2024. And we're wishing her the very best of luck with that. We'll do our best to try to coax her on as a special guest to give us an update on what she's doing. But it is a little sad.
Yeah. I guess I guess there's reading the message and the reason why I think she has decided to step away, and she's decided to step away to focus on some other things that are probably a little more of a priority for her at this time. But it doesn't mean that she's not still, definitely still a good friend. We're still on good terms. And I guess, after she sent that message, I'm thinking, okay, because I feel like I just personally me, okay, you think about, the time that you're spending here and whether it's you're really getting you know, value out of it, and whether it is something that you can spend time doing, because we only have a limited amount of time, and what we spend our time doing should be something more than likely, something that's going to improve us, or if it's not spending time with the family, you taking time away from your family, you taking time from doing other things. I feel like just coming on here, it's like an automatic, I don't even, I think the effect and the impact that it has on me, it happens automatically. And as I'm going throughout the week, we had 2 weeks, man, and it seems like, wow, 2 weeks since the last time we've been on, and it seems like so much has happened. But and it seems, but even throughout that time, I'm still, there's things that I learned from just us meeting every week and us going through these books, that it might not seem like there's any type of movement, but I think it's happening underneath the surface. And I think that was something that we read in the chapter today, actually. And I really thought about that when he said that he talked about measuring your gains, and
Mm-hmm.
and this chapter, you remember how, well, before it was really the who, not how. And we all know that this is sort of the third book of the trilogy, and there was
Mm-hmm.
the first one, the who, not how, and the second was the gap and the gain.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, uh hey, thanks for commenting. Who's that? It just says Facebook user. So I just want to throw the shout out to our commenter out there, Facebook user. What's up? Thanks for joining. And but now we're moving over to kind of like summarizing the gap and the gain. And Hey, Melissa, what's up? Hi, great to see you. Hope your aunt is doing great. I love seeing her. I'm still following her too, okay? Yeah, so this is how you know we are actually live. Melissa Pena, she's a good friend of mine from for a long time. Lives out there in San Antonio, Texas. All right, okay. Sorry about that. But so what he talked about was not measuring ourselves. It's like he said, living in the gap as opposed to living in the gain. And living in the gap is like uh a a trap. He called it a trap.
Mhm.
Let's start. I guess we'll start getting into really talking about what we what we were reading this week. And so we've gotten off of, I think, okay, so as far as the show is concerned, I think I don't know how you feel, Brandon, but I'm in this, I'm here. I love meeting every week. And you're gonna have to pull me away from this pitch practice kicking and screaming.
That's perfectly fine by me. Just wake up at the right time on Wednesday mornings, and we'll be good.
So I'm thinking we could turn it into a half primetime show. I think we can get the Wednesday night slot. But I guess we could talk about that some more.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I mean it was a good chapter. I actually have it on the list. I have an Audible credit. I think I'm going to be downloading, The Gap in the Gain and listening to that, and probably getting the Kindle version as well. But one of the key stories that he told in the beginning part of the chapter that really stood out to me about living in the gap is where your expectations are.
Yeah.
And the story he told talking about his kids coming to dinner time, not
Yep.
really knowing what's being cooked. They sit down, they see the plate in front of them, and then they're disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Because they weren't satisfied immediately by what is in front of them. They didn't appreciate the work that went in behind the scenes to prepare the meal, so they have the sustenance.
Let me throw this up there for you. See that?
So absolutely. And another part of that, and you're talking about the past there.
Here's the second part. Being in the gap is about how you're measuring your experiences. And measuring your experiences, what I got from it is that when you're in the gap, you're measuring your experiences based on what you think. No, there it is, where you think you should be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when that story that he told about the dinner, when the kids came to dinner and they measured it by what they thought they should be having for dinner. And that's living in the gap, right?
Mm-hmm. Which kind of surprised me, just the overall mentality of lowering your expectations. And I can see where it's beneficial to do that. That way you're not always disappointed, which disappointment brings depression and just puts you in this negative feedback loop.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also not a fan of not having positive thinking. You know what I mean? So it's a very fine line there between your expectations and still staying positive with this whole concept for this chapter and the gap in the game. So I'm definitely going to have to read the gap in the game to get a better understanding of where he's coming from and how this chapter is put together.
Yes. I think it's like we're getting a mini version of the who, not how, and now we're getting a mini version of the gap in the gain. And if you're out there listening and you are wondering what is meant by the gap in the gain, and I think let me just bring up another key point from the chapter about living in the gap. And this is one point that he makes, that when you are in the gap and you are, this is when your past becomes a problem, and it becomes a nightmare because your past isn't what it should have been. And also, this other point that he says is that measuring yourself against your past or what you think you should be doing is like measuring yourself against the moving horizon, because the what you think you should be is continually going to be moving. So you're never going to reach that. And so when you do that, you don't want to measure yourself against where you should be. And the gain is where he says that you should measure yourself from where you were. So I should, basically, he's saying I shouldn't compare myself to other people, but I should measure myself against myself. And how
Mm-hmm.
better am I from yesterday? How better am I from last week? How much did I improve today alone? How much did I improve? And I love this side. I'm going to call it this side of the book, because let me just show you guys something. Okay, where we're at, we're actually
We're in
in,
part two.
yep, this one is called part 2 of the book, which is applications. In the first part, we really talked about the concept behind thinking 10x and how it can be easier than thinking in 2x terms. But now we're in the section where we're going to be giving you, and if you're out there listening, you don't have a copy of the book, just hold on, because I'm going to give you one of the tips that he shares in this chapter about how to live in the game, and how to not compare yourself against other people or where you think you should be, but compare yourself against yourself. And that's the point that he makes, that most of us don't realize how much progress we are actually making, because we're making a lot of progress. How much progress have you made since? I'll give an example. Like the last week of 2023, I have my social media, my content has been exploding. Okay, I am using some tactics, and I appreciate you out there recognizing, Melissa. You see my social media. I appreciate it. But you can watch my social media over the past couple weeks, just since the year started, and you will watch my mental marketer. There's a Facebook page, business page, and you go there and just watch the videos that I have been posting, and you will get a master class on short video content. Just yes. And it's interesting because I have, I've been taking some inspiration from the One Funnel Away Challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I've been taking some inspiration from Eric Thane
Okay.
and his short form content formula. And then I've also been taking a little bit of inspiration from my own stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. But I can see that the last week of 2023, I saw my I I shot a quick 3 to 5 short form videos that I posted, and I've been doing it consistently every day since then. And I've seen the numbers on those videos start to grow, from just me getting 300 views to getting 500 views. Now I'm posting videos, short form content, getting anywhere from 800 to 1200 views. But at the same time, I'm getting better at it too. So not only am I growing in views, but I'm growing in quality as well. If you want to see a masterclass on short form content, just go check out my business page, The Mental Marketer, and show some love on those videos. You know you love it.
There you go. I'm kind of going the opposite route. I'm not doing so much video as I'm doing text. So I made it a I don't know what to call it. A
Resolution, a
you
goal.
call it a resolution, a goal, a standard, so to speak, to do my Monday Marketing Madness newsletter every week, no matter what. Just make sure I get it out there and do it. And it's tough sometimes because I don't know what to write about. But for the past, I put out 5 of them so far since I made that resolution, because I know I didn't like write at all over the summer, and I probably lost a lot of ground because I didn't do it. But I switched over to the 2.0 newsletter deal, got Letterman AI to help out and kind of, put it together. And I think the first couple ones I did, I had AI do it and kind of put it together. I edited on the back end, ran it through Grammarly, and added my own little swing to it. But it didn't feel authentic. But the last 3 that I put out were 100% me. And even in those 3 weeks, I saw the improvement of my writing, and being able to tell a story and being able to sell a little bit better. And what's allowed me to do that is because I'm paying more attention to the emails that I'm getting. A couple of people that I'm, subscribed to, Ben Settle and Sean Anthony, they're like email marketing masters and guru. One is selling a newsletter for email rainmakers, and the other one is selling a complete program, like a done with you, done for you type deal as well. So I'm just paying attention to them and just, I wouldn't say modeling them, but just getting the inspiration to continue to do it. But they're sending an email every day, and Ben hits my inbox 2 to 3 times a day. So
what do you think about that? I started to pose a question inside of the group recently about what do you feel about getting 3 emails from someone on one day?
I'm subscribed to Grant Cardone. I get probably 5 to 10 emails from him every day, and sometimes it's white noise, sometimes it's beneficial. So I just roll with it and learn from it, because each one is a learning experience. Grant's more of an unsophisticated marketer. I mean, I don't know how good of copywriters that he's hiring to crank out these emails, because a lot of them are just kind of short, sweet, no real like storytelling behind them.
It's just raw. Just gives
it's just raw. Yeah. Sign up for my workshop coming in, Saturday or Thursday or whatever. And that's basically all the emails that he ever sends out is about the workshops and how the economy is going to hell in a handbasket for real estate, which is fine. That's his stick. But Ben, he is telling stories, right? And it gives you a little bit of a sneak peek of what you actually get in purchasing his paid email newsletter, which is nice. And the benefits of being in that ecosystem and how your emails can improve. And the same thing with Sean. What I like about Sean's deal is he's actually repurposing his emails. So I get an email, and then I see the same thing on LinkedIn, and then I'll see the same thing on Instagram, and I'll see the same thing on Twitter, like a condensed version of it, and the same thing on Facebook. So where you're doing the video and reposting it everywhere, they're doing text and putting it everywhere. And I think that's where I kind of want to go.
You could call it a content, let's call it a content carousel.
It's your flywheel,
Yeah, because people call it personality attraction flywheel too. Linchpin is that's where I'm getting inspiration from. there's a perfect way to fit the linchpin into the one funnel away challenge, and that's what I've done actually. But okay, people call it repurposing content, but you can take that one piece of content, it might be a video, and then you can actually have it transcribed. And what I know I've done it in the past too is I know who does it repeatedly is Dan Kennedy. But he'll have a piece of content and then he'll write it in email, and then he'll kind of tease it in the email and say, go check out the full episode, or go check out the full video either inside the membership area or on the blog, or you might make a quick little snippet about it. So I think there's a couple of ways to do it. So you using one piece of content, but you're posting it on several different places, directing people back to read the full whatever it might be. So I see where you're saying that you see Ben Settle does that too, huh? I'm not. I don't think I'm subscribed to him. Well, I know I'm not, because I know the people that I'm subscribed to, because I'm checking my emails. I know. Yeah, I look at emails that I get from most people that I'm subscribed to. There's only a few that I will delete because of overkill. I call it overkill. You want to know who they are?
Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to say it.
Me? You delete mine?
No. I don't delete yours. No, not at all. I'm trying. Yeah, no, man. I'm giving you the boost. I'm giving you some open rates.
There you go. I'll check the stats to make sure you're telling the truth. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Hey, all right. So, oh man, we're already at 30 minutes. We got a couple more points to make about the chapter. I did want to give out this, especially because we had someone ask, did you hear what someone said in the comments? I want to highlight this comment. And this is from, I don't know who's it from. Hold on. Let me check and see who is this from here. Who commented saying that makes sense is, oh, great to see you. Hey, buddy. Melissa. She says that makes so much sense. How much did I improve today? Because I always try to make improvements each and every day. And here is what Ben Hardy recommends that you do so that you can make improvements every day. And what do we call this? What does he call this? He calls this how to practice a gain mindset, how to compare yourself against yourself. And I think we had a little bit of this at Funnel Hacking Live when he really started to get our mind thinking about how we grew over the past week, how we grew over the past year. And here's what he suggests that you do to get a gain mindset. At the end of each day, write down 3 wins that you had that day. Let's do this exercise. Let's do this exercise today, Brandon. I'll do this exercise. I'm going to say 3 wins that I have had today. And then you go from there. So I developed a name for a brand new, I'm rebranding membership area inside of ClickFunnels 2.0. And I've been thinking about the name for a new section that was previously titled I'm gonna give it out. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Because I'm going to be rebranding to a podcast. You know how Russell has these member-only podcasts, and I decided on the name today. And it's inside of my Mental Marketer Blueprint, and I've got 3 levels of continuity.
Okay.
mental marketer blueprint, mental marketer mastery, and then mental marketer accelerator. And inside of my members only podcast, the name of my members only podcast, you ready for this? Inside the mind of a marketer. And
There you
and
go.
on this podcast, I'm going to bring on some of the greatest marketers. You think I can do it, Brandon?
Oh,
And I
you can
want to
do it.
get inside the mind of marketers and have them on and share their wisdom and insight with all those that are inside of my membership. Oh man, I have to tell you, oh my gosh, I've been introduced to, you know who I sent you that remember I sent you the other day that book, that free ebook. Did you download it?
Yes.
Did you download it?
I don't think so.
Oh,
No,
you
I
didn't?
didn't. I
It's
didn't.
a free
I'll have to go
it's
back.
a
I'll have to go back and get it.
It's a free ebook, man. And he was, yeah, yeah, it's a free ebook and it's pretty good too. But I like his teachings and his whole billionaire code and his entrepreneurial personality type. Okay, so that's one win. I made a fat commission today. I made a fat commission. I think I saw it ring in, what was it, like $798, just ching ching in the new year. And a third win is I'm going to be so busy over the next coming weeks because I just recently had my tenant move out of my place up there in Houston, and so today I think it's a win. Here's why I think it's a win: because I thought the relationship might I don't know if it kind of ended. I don't think it ended on a bad note for me, but there was a little bit of miscommunication or lack of communication, I will say. And I was determined that I wasn't going to let this relationship end on a bad note. And I think I'm happy about how it ended, because I think that I think we'll definitely remain friends. It's kind of sticky because I've played a landlord on TV for quite a few years, and and sometimes those the tenant and landlord relationship doesn't always end well, but I think this time I got to win. All right, okay, those are my 3 wins for today.
There you go. All right, so
And
3 wins for
uh-huh.
today for me. I don't know if I can think of them. Scored an appointment set up for tomorrow to get some more deals in for the graphic design company that I am selling for. So
That's right.
win number 1, got that. Win number 2. I'm gonna kick it back to the launch that just happened. The fact that we're able to build it all out in 2 weeks and get it up and running, and it functioned and it worked and transactions went through, and I helped somebody make money. I think that's a win. And win number 3 is I woke up this morning, and I think that's a win every day. If you're able to wake up, get out of bed, get up and running, you're already checking off a win for the day.
Absolutely. Waking up and it's not cold.
All right, it's 35 degrees here, so it's freezing.
Waking up and it's not a gloomy day. Those are all wins. That's great. Yeah. Working up. Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. Just Yeah, I was woke this morning. I was awake this morning. But I was like,
That's rough.
oh,
You're coming off New Year's. You can get a little, I don't know, 2-day hangover. No big deal.
I was up late last night. I've had some late nights, and I'm probably going to continue having some late nights because I think just I'm really focusing on getting things set up and prepared in the membership area. So I'm using some hours burning the midnight oil
Yeah.
um, along with some other things that are uh, taking my attention. I was happy to hear from one of my good clients today. Oh, I want to throw a shout out there to the other Sharon, Sharon Sampson, uh,
Hmm.
the author of Planning for Paradise. I'm so proud of her because she just finished her second book.
Okay.
Oh, it's awesome because she'd been talking about it for a long time, and it's not what you might expect from a book, because her book is all about planning for paradise, those things that you need to be prepared for, those final moments that people really don't like to think about. So
Hmm.
her goal was to make a coloring book, and she finished it, and it's now on Amazon, climbing up the bestseller list.
Very nice.
I want to
Very
throw a
nice.
shout out there, and it's called, guess what it's called?
What?
Penciling in Paradise.
Penciling in Paradise.
Yeah.
So is it for color pencil deal?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah, pretty cool. So that's a celebration of a win, because I guess seeing others win is a win too. It's nice
It
to see
is.
other people win.
It is. And if you can play a hand in it, regardless of any monetary gain behind it, helping is helping. And, it's just how we all get better.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. All right, man.
I think it's time to wrap her up. First
It's
episode in the
yeah,
books.
we've gone over our allotted time. Thanks for hanging in there with us. See, I'm telling you, Brandon, prime time is when we it's a different vibe, right?
It is. It is.
It's
It might be a little bit easier, um, conversation wise, in the evening, but it's that morning kickstart. It's Wednesday. I don't know. I think it's a little bit bigger boost then, but it's good to talk about what has happened instead of what's going to happen.
Yes, yes. Cool, cool. All right, guys. Well, as we wrap up this episode of Pitch Practice, the show, we always want to send special shouts out there to you. Um, you are a winner. And if you want to take it, participate in this uh question with us. At the end of each day, write down 3 wins you had that day. Share one of your wins today. Show us how you're growing out there. Show us that you getting better every day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and check out those comments. And you comment a nice win, we're going to highlight it on next week's show. And I may, you still have a prize pack to give out, Brandon. I had to ship mine all the way overseas. So it's
I
going
know.
slow, but
I got a whole box of 10x equal to 2x books, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them. So I guess this week the best. It's kind of hard to judge wins, right?
mhm.
But if you do comment your wins, we'll put you in a random wheel spinning generator. And then next week, we'll spin the wheel. If it lands on your name, we will send you a free copy of 10x is better than 2x.
Whoa, do you hear that? You can get a copy. You can get your very own copy of this book right here. Oh,
I got a,
yeah,
I got a whole box of them, and they got to go somewhere. They can't keep sitting here collecting dust on my uh, on my office floor because my office is an absolute mess. Like I'm glad I have this black screen behind me because you would be shocked.
does it count if I enter too? Can I enter too?
No, you can't. You already have a copy.
Cool, cool. All right. Well, that's it. Put your win down in the comments. Let us know. We'll highlight you next week on the next episode. Until next week, thank you so much and take care.
Take care.
All right. Bye.